Hi everybody, Tim Hughes here. I'm the CEO and co-founder of DLA Ignite. With me today I've got Jad Atwi, and we're going to be talking about his new book, Resilient in Business, the Founder's Roadmap to Lead Through Uncertainty and Win the Long-Term Game. Jad, congratulations on the book. Well done. Great book. Where can people find you?
Thank you for the invite, Tim. People can connect on LinkedIn or on our website, resilientinbusiness.com.
Excellent. As I said, congratulations on the book. First question. So what was the inspiration behind the book?
Yeah, so before writing it, I started a general contracting business. Initially, I was an engineer, then went into general contracting and real estate development. And through that experience, I've had more than my fair share of difficult times, different
Because you
challenges.
bought a piece of land, didn't you?
Exactly, correct.
And you were going to be a millionaire because you bought this piece of land. You're going to build this house and then sell it for a big profit.
That's the plan always. Yeah, that's what I was doing exactly, building
Yeah.
and selling homes. And but unfortunately, sometimes things don't go as planned.
Yeah.
So I found myself in a difficult situation where many challenges came all at the same time, all at once. And initially, if you have like one problem at a time, we mastered the art of tiptoeing around the problems and figuring it out. But when they come all at once, sometimes you can feel that your back is behind the like to the wall, and you don't know how to proceed from here. And that was the case. It was overwhelming set of challenges, and being determined to actually make it on this path, to be a millionaire, to be a multimillionaire.
You're very honest in the book about what happened and how you went about. So for anybody that's looking for a book about, you say, resilience in business, anyone that's looking for a book about how it could go wrong and what you did about it, I think it's a really great book. You argue that a business can never outgrow the founder's capacity to lead it.
Correct.
If a founder feels their business has hit a plateau, what is the most uncomfortable question they need to ask themselves to find the internal bottleneck?
Yeah. So the idea behind the book, and thank you for this great feedback. The idea behind the book is that in small business settings, when the owner is the sole director, he's the only person that's directing the ship. Your business results often tend to be a mirror, a reflection of how the owner is personally operating, of how the owner thinks, of how the owner acts, of what the owner believes, of the rhythm the owner is setting, the tone, the culture that they affect everything. And the business results tend to be influenced by how they personally lead themselves and their business more than anything else. Like sometimes you might think, oh, I have to jump from one tactic to the next, try something else, whatever. Or sometimes you can blame outside forces for your mistakes. But before doing that, it's very important to step back, take a deep breath, and actually look at how we're working, how we're leading our businesses, in order to uh, identify, is this way of working serving us, or is it sabotaging our success? It's a very critical point here. And yeah, this is so the answer to the question is, take a deep breath, look at how you're leading. Is it actually helping you or not?
You talk about the survival mode trap. For a founder who is currently in the thick of it, what is the one false signal of success that keeps them trapped in survival mode without them even realizing it?
Yeah, sometimes, we're running around from one place to the next, trying to, uh, we're being busy, but
Yeah.
are we actually being productive? Are we
Yeah.
actually doing the right things that will move our business forward? That's another question. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, being busy is not doing the things that will help us succeed, and this is a trap many fall into, doing more, putting in more hours. Uh, yeah, there's a big difference between that and actually being a business owner, rising above that chaos, absorbing the uncertainty, and seeing through it to the other side.
Uh, as an engineer, you look at systems. When you look at burnout founder, what is the specific design flaw you see most often in their personal operating system?
Yeah, things are all over the place. So in this book, in Resilient in Business, I describe the 5 key practices that founders should have in their personal operating system in order to be able to navigate the uncertainty, navigate the chaos, and actually position themselves in a way where they increase their capacity. So whatever happens, they are still they have a strong spine and they can keep and persevere and see it through. So those 5 key practices are, first of all, before doing anything, the most important, the framework is called roots. So you have
Okay.
to root in your resilience
Yep.
before doing anything else. So you start with R, regulating your nervous system, understanding how to manage stress and pressure and those, not being emotional, because if you can't do that, if you're walking around like a mad person, you're really not taking the right decisions, you're not doing the right actions,
Yep.
and you're shooting yourself in the foot. So managing stress is a big part of it. The second part is observing what actions are we taking that are sabotaging our success. So one example is what we talked about before, like being busy and not actually productive. Another example is uh, trying to people please, doing everything for the client, having a million services, try undercharging. So there are many things that we do unconsciously, we're not aware of, but we still do, that are sabotaging us. So it's important to identify what are those things and stop doing them, figure out a plan out. The third thing is being true to ourselves, standing in our self authority, being grounded in what actually matters, what's our vision, what are we working towards, and starting to build momentum towards that vision, not reacting to whatever happens and crossing our fingers and hoping for the best, because that's just not a strategy. That's the third part, own. The fourth part is managing our energy. How are we spending our time? Is our energy spent on the right things, or are we just wasting it uh, and working in chaos all over the place? That's very critical. The fifth thing is support. Do we have the right support and infrastructure around us, around our business, that's also working to help us succeed? I mean, you want allies, you want partners, you want things of that sort. So all of those 5 key elements are very essential to get out of survival mode. Yeah.
Excellent. You talk in the book about the resilient entrepreneur system.
Yes.
So I've got a couple of questions on that. Most people manage their calendars, but you talk about managing energy. What is the hidden energy leak that most founders mistake for part of their job?
Well, we can say stress is very a big problem actually. So because when you stay in a prolonged periods where you're stressed out, sometimes you feel that, oh, this is the nature of business, this is how what work looks like. But I'd say that's a big energy leak, because then you're actually tired. You're not realizing how much it's affecting you,
No.
your well-being and your performance.
Okay. Um, and in a world of infinite opportunities, you emphasize leading and discernment. How can a founder distinguish between a growth opportunity and a distraction in disguise when they are under high pressure?
Yeah, it's all about, goes back to being clear, or in terms of what are we looking for, what are we achieving here, where do we want to be, what are those outcomes that we're striving to get to. From that becomes the filter for different opportunities, different things that whatever tactics, different strategies that might. I mean, the internet right now is busy with, everyone has a solution for you. It's important to filter what actually serves you, what will help you on your purpose, and what's not.
Yeah, I think that I think for me, it's there's so many people coming at you because they're either trying to sell you something or something,
Yes,
and so many things are actually distractions, and you do need to work out what is noise and what is signal. I mean, it's
exactly.
what is the one practice in your resilient entrepreneur system that founders resist the most, and why is that usually the one they need the most?
Yeah, very good question. The thing is, it's not that they're resisting. Sometimes they don't. They're not aware that some of the actions they take are not helping them, not helping their business. Like they're sabotaging their success because those actions are subconscious. They're programming uh, based on the false beliefs they have. Maybe they inherited them, maybe they've seen someone else working in a certain way, and now they're carrying on and moving forward with those beliefs. And they are those can be a ceiling to what you can actually make in terms of whatever revenue or yeah, to reach your goals or not. So I would say the yeah, the second part of the framework, observe, looking back at uh, at our beliefs, at our yeah, at the what's is the way we're doing things helping us or sabotaging us? Are we all over the place being busy, or are we focused? Are we undercharging because we're worried because is there a fear of from some sort there's not enough work or there's not enough clients, so now we're undercharging, taking on everything which doesn't help us. So for entrepreneurs, they tend to we're brave to be an entrepreneur. You have to be brave to be in to be a business owner, to go and follow your dream. So fear of failure is not a problem. Fear of success is a problem. So yeah, they're worried. They're not ready yet for this second level of success. So they do things, actions that are not helping them.
Okay. Um, so some questions about the long-term game. The price of resilience. True resilience often requires saying no to short-term wins. Can you share a time when choosing a long-term game felt like a failure in the short term?
Yeah, that's an important question. Yeah, when I talk about this, it's to tell people um, in deciding your next step, it's important to not be reactive. That's the main idea here, because sometimes when you're under too much stress, too much pressure, you just want a relief, you want a way out. So people tend to find solutions that are uh, not necessarily helping them in the long term. They just want a quick out. Yeah, so it's important to I describe towards the end of the book how to find your next right step. What are the so there's a process for that. Yeah, the process is to come back to yourself first of all, uh, realize the magnitude of the situation, get help from whatever coaches, consultants here that are around you. Then take a break, go back to yourself, get go back to your intuition, and find what actually serves you. Because sometimes, again, it's self-explanatory. So, sometimes it's you want a way out, you want a quick solution here, but it does not really serve where you want to be. So sometimes it's okay to stay in a little bit more pain if there is a bigger picture down the line.
Okay. Um, most leaders try to eliminate uncertainty. We all try and control things. You suggest leading through it. How does a founder shift from defending against the unknown to leveraging the unknown as a competitive advantage?
Yeah, it's part of what we're doing. I mean, uh, it's chaotic here. Sometimes you're dealing with problems in house. Your team is not organized. Sometimes you're dealing with the client. Sometimes you're dealing with whatever a virus comes and everyone has to stay home.
Yeah,
Exactly.
been there, seen it.
Sometimes it's tariffs. So it's all over the place. And the idea here is to understand that it's accept that uncertainty is part of the game,
Yeah,
and know how to work through it, know how to navigate it. And that's the difference between people that are successful and they've been in business for a long time. They know that there's ebbs and flows. You have your good days, but also something might happen and the market might change, and that's okay. So knowing how to work through those cycles and building the capacity, this is it all goes back to building the capacity in order to absorb the chaos, which is described in the five key elements we talked about before. So making sure that you're empowered with a personal operating system that's supporting your success and not sabotaging it. So knowing how to manage your stress, knowing how to address the things that are not helping you progress forward, being anchored in what's true to you, managing your energy, putting the right support ecosystem in place. And once that is done, then there's a layer above that, which is trying as much as possible to understand where risk exists in your business and putting plans to mitigate it.
Many founders and many founders' identities are 100% tied to their company's valuation or growth rate.
Yeah.
How does your roadmap help a founder decouple their self-worth from their profit and loss statement?
Yeah, that's a very important question. In many cases, people, I mean, the way that we see ourselves translates in the way that we carry ourselves and the actions we take and what we do out there in the world. Sometimes you see founders, they have a big goal, but they don't really subconsciously see themselves yet there. So they're acting in a way that's not helping them get there, you know. So someone that's leading a team of two people, for example, they're still tied to the day to day. They want to put their, they want to know everything. They want to micromanage everything. And sure, yeah, they say they want to be a multimillionaire, but the multimillionaire is thinking and acting in a different way. The person that's leading a $10 million company is works through networks. I mean, they know how to build an ecosystem around them that supports them, which they can delegate to, which they can get support from. So different people are playing different games. It's important to, okay, you want to be there, amazing. That's achievable. That's possible because other people have been there. And now let's look at how are you operating and is it serving you or not?
Yeah. I mean, as a CEO, one of the things that you have to learn is about giving up control,
Correct.
because you can't do everything. So you need to understand that you have to delegate.
Yes.
Therefore, you need to trust people to do things.
Yes.
So you need to let them get on with it, and you need to let them fail, or you know, and that's sometimes really difficult for people because they end up like micromanaging, don't they? So
Yeah. It goes back to where we started, the first question about capacity. You know,
yeah,
you build capacity in different areas, and this is the entire point of resilient in business.
yeah. If a founder forgets every other piece of advice in your book, but remembers only one personal operating system upgrade, which one will have the biggest impact on their life 10 years from now?
It's a good question. I mean, they're all essential, but to begin with, the most critical is understanding how to manage your stress and emotions, because if you can't do that, you're going to go crazy.
Yeah. I totally agree. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to go back to your quickly go back to your roots framework, and read out from your book. So, roots is regulate, observe, own, and trend
Tend and
and
support.
support.
Yeah.
I just wanted to pick that up, I think they're really great attributes that any leader should have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for thank you for the feedback. It's nice to hear people saying good stuff, and yeah.
Well, thank you. No, thank you. So, if I wanted to get a copy of your book, Resilient in Business, The Founder's Roadmap to Lead Through Uncertainty and Win the Long-Term Game, where can I get one from?
It's available on Amazon.
Okay, excellent. And where can we find more information about you?
People can connect with me. I like to talk to people. To connect on LinkedIn directly, my name is Jad Atwe. And if you want to work out with us, www.resilientinbusiness.com.
Excellent. Judd, thank you so much for the book. Really great advice here for business leaders. And thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for the opportunity, Tim. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.